Labadiena, aš vadu Christophas Huberis. Esu brigados generolas, man 49 That's also what makes us very proud to serve here in Lithuania, because we are seeing how grateful the Lithuanian people are, the Lithuanian government is to our commitment, the German commitment here. And we see the progress also in regards of infrastructure, definitely. But I have also a question to you.
Oh.
When was it the last time in football Germany and Lithuania played against each other?
Okay, so today we have a very special guest, another very special guest, and actually I don't know why I'm talking in English. So I'll switch to Lithuanian. Sveiki visi, mūsų kas ir kam tinklalaidėje dar yra vienas labai svarbus ir ypatingas svečias su mumis šiandien yra. Kasgi čia yra? Ar galėtumėte prisistatyti?
Labadiena, aš vadu Christophas Huberis. Esu brigados generolas, man 49 vadovauju Vokietijos brigadai Lietuvoje. However, aš kalbu only truputį lietuviškai, so please switch to English again.
Okay.
But thank you very much, it was really just great.
As Lithuanians, we very much appreciate that you're trying to talk in Lithuanian, and you're not only trying to talk in Lithuanian, you actually do a very, very good job. How long did it take you to learn the basics?
Yeah, as soon as I learned that I will become the first brigade commander of the German brigade to Lithuania, I said, oh, actually, I have really to do something. And I really tried hard to have some lessons in lietuviškai, in your very, very great language, however, also very difficult language. And it was quite difficult because it was in that time in the German MOD, and I was really in a very central branch where, including responsible for the build-up of the German brigade to Lithuania. So I was really very busy. My bosses made me also very busy. However, I really tried hard, and I had some online lessons with a language teacher. She's Lithuanian, and she did, I think, really a great job, but she had a tough time with me. But yeah, I tried hard. So some words I can, but there's still a lot of room for progress.
General Huber, so this is not the first time for you here. You were in Lithuania in 2017, right, as the first EFP commander. What memories have you got from that experience?
Yeah, let me really say that for me now, or last year coming to Lithuania again was coming home. It was really a bit coming home because I'm now very in your country, in this wonderful, awesome country since 2017, even 2016 when I had the first recce's to Lithuania as you said, the first EFP battlegroup commander for Germany for the battlegroup down in Rukla. And yeah, I have had already really very good memories to my time in 2017, because I really learned a lot about your nation, about particularly the people here in Lithuania. And I still have some friends from that time here in the Lithuanian military and beyond. So it's really for me a bit coming home. However, the memories I was about to say for 2017, that I think it was a very, very busy time, challenging time already. And I used to say that the I Move Brigade, which with my brigade commander at the time, were probably the most busiest NATO brigade in the entire NATO.
I think little has changed, right?
Little has changed, so and this is sadly due to the situation we are now facing with the really awful Russian aggression, the war ongoing in Ukraine. So it's good that we are here now building a German brigade, that we are reinforcing allied troops here. But I also see a lot of efforts on the Lithuanian side with the build-up of your first Lithuanian division and so on. So I see a lot of progress. However, I think this was really necessary due to the Russian aggression which is going on in Ukraine, and we all know about the Russian policy. I think it's good that NATO is taking every measure against it.
It is planned that Germany's brigade in Lithuania will reach full operational capacity in 2027, right? How is it going? Is everything going according to the plan?
Yeah, or both ministers signed a roadmap in December 2023, and we are really following this roadmap in every step. And so far, we are hitting every timeline which was agreed by the both ministers at that time in 2023. And I think that's really very reassuring. Both nations are doing everything to keep the timelines, to really have a German brigade here ready for the defense of Lithuania, every inch of NATO territory by the end of 2027. And so far, we are really meeting every timelines we have. So that's really, I think, very reassuring, and we are looking very confident to the future that we will keep the timelines.
And what's the main message the German brigade here in Lithuania sends to first to the Lithuanian people and to the external actors? Let's call them that like that.
Yeah, we have a clear mission as the German brigade, as the Panzerbrigade 45, the Armored Brigade 45 here in Lithuania, and that is the defense of Lithuania, defense of NATO territory. And we are not doing it alone as a German brigade. There's an entire German division behind, which is really allocated for the defense of this very region here in the Baltics, here in Lithuania. And that's very, I would say, reassuring. We are really taking it very seriously from the German side, and I'm sure that also the other allies are really taking that seriously. We are following our political orders as agreed by our heads of state and government. We are here to defend every inch of NATO territory here in Lithuania.
It is Lithuania's commitment to create best possible conditions for Germany's brigade in Lithuania. Can you see that work that Lithuania is doing of creation of that good conditions?
Yeah, we are seeing it on a day-to-day basis, actually, and that's also what makes us very proud to serve here in Lithuania, because we are seeing how grateful the Lithuanian people are, the Lithuanian government is to our commitment, the German commitment here, and we see the progress also in regards of infrastructure. I was last week with some journalists from a very important German newspaper down in Rudnikai, and I've been there the first time in October 2023, and that's a lot of progress already ongoing. So I am looking very confident into the future that we are really meeting the timelines, and we are very thankful for Lithuania, for the Lithuanian government, that we are providing this infrastructure for us, for the German brigade in Rudnikai, in Rukla. This is a huge endeavor, a huge task, and everybody, both nations, are really doing the best to have everything in place until the end of 2027.
You mentioned that you are very grateful for the Lithuanian government, but I'm pretty sure you've encountered many situations when Lithuanian people show their gratitude to you. Do you feel that Lithuanians they welcome you and they are super grateful for you being here?
Yeah, for us as soldiers and servicemen and women in general, I think it's very important to have a clear mission and to really feel the sense of duty. And for my soldiers, and I really experience it in every talk I have with them, from the enlisted up to the staff officers, we are really saying we can really feel the threat to Lithuania, and we are really feeling the thankfulness of the Lithuanian people on a daily basis. And when my men and women walk down in Vilnius in our uniforms, we are always being very welcome with words, but we are also thumbs up, thank you for your service. If I'm standing with my car somewhere and wearing uniform, and when somebody's knocking at my window and makes thumbs up, that's really just great. And we are feeling that we are needed here, we are feeling very welcome here in Lithuania. That's great for us, and yeah, we are feeling welcome and very needed here in Lithuania.
So you hear a lot of dankes here in
We also hear a lot of, not only in Lithuanian, but also in German. There are really quite a lot Lithuanian who speak very well German, and the Danke or Auf Wiedersehen or whatever. Yeah, we really experience the same. Yeah.
What's the situation like with the language? Like you mentioned that you personally, you put a lot of effort into learning a language, but how about the soldiers? How about, because this is an important component for their life here, and also about the language and the living conditions, how do they find their time here and their, conditions here, living conditions here?
First, I would like to stick to the language. And what we really see is that, and that's really great, that first of all, nearly everybody here in Lithuania speaks English very fluently. That's just great. So we can really communicate in English on a day-to-day basis, in shopping, in the restaurants. If you want to have a cell phone contract, whatever, it's no problem at all. We are coming along with English very well. That's really just great. We can go to the cinema and watch English movies in original version with some probably Lithuanian subtitles. However, we can just listen to the English version, and so that's really not a problem at all. Secondly, it's for us also very important to learn Lithuanian, and we try hard to do so. And so many of my soldiers have some lessons in the evening hours, not during their duty hours, but in the evening. And they're doing it's not because it's because I order them to do so. It's really on they are doing voluntarily. We just would like to learn the language, and that's just great. And we have some soldiers who are married to Lithuanians, and so there's also, I would say, the need for others a bit more to learn it, because we see how well they come along good together. So we are learning also the language in their evening, in their spare time. That's also very great. Talking about the living conditions overall, I have really not heard anyone who says, wow, it's not so good here in Lithuania. Quite the opposite, really quite the opposite. We are here in one of the main European capitals, in Vilnius. We are with our headquarters downtown Vilnius, and what we see with the infrastructure around us, with our apartments we have here, we rented here, it's everything really just great. And what I always say,
but you're not saying this just because we're here and we're talking to the Lithuanian audience. You're being genuine.
No,
with that, right?
I'm really telling it by my heart, and it's the same to my soldiers. We are sometimes quite tough German soldiers, and we are encourage them to tell the truth, even to their superiors. And I think we are doing it. Sometimes probably you don't want to hear it, but we are telling the truth, and this is also the case for their accommodation. So it's really, I have not heard anybody who's complaining about this apartment. It's quite the opposite. Everything is quite new. We have very good internet, the Wi-Fi, not only the Wi-Fi connections. So what we really like in Lithuania, there's no place, probably no inch anywhere, where you have not 5G. So that's really just great. I have to admit, it's not the case for entire Germany. So we have really here a bit more connectivity with the internet, as we have sometimes back in Germany, in our hometowns and so on. So it's really very good what we are facing here, and I would say in general, yeah, my guys, we are really happy to be here.
But is there something that Lithuania doesn't have? Is there something that you miss when you come to Lithuania?
Yeah, for sure. There are also some challenges. If you are abroad, it does not mean in Lithuania. It would be the same probably if you are in another European city or country, or even overseas. For example, if you're talking about culture, for sure, if you are not able to speak the language, it's quite tough if you go to a theater and try to listen whatever it's being presented over. You can just clap your hands if others are clapping their hands because you don't understand it. So yeah, this is for sure a challenge what we have. Or some of our families are already here in Lithuania, and it's also about finding employment for them. And this is also not so easy. There's a lot of done also on the Lithuanian side to facilitate this search for work for our spouses. But yeah, there are also limits, and most of the time is really a limit with the language, for example. So there are also challenges for sure, but both nations are working on it. So I'm looking a bit really into the future, and might be not everything all white at the end of 2027. But yeah, this is we both should give us some time. Both nations, both people, and at the end, I would say it will work out. Yeah.
Was there anything that shocked you when you came back to Lithuania after your time in 2017? Has something changed dramatically?
Yeah, in both regards, in the civilian and as well in the military. I remember quite limited training areas in 2017. Now I see a really huge progress. Pagrade training area, for example, there's now a really great shooting range in place. We did it with some amendments on our own back in 2017. We will see now Rudnike training area coming into service even more next year, and by the end of 2027, everything will work over there. So we have really a lot of progress also in the military side. And in the civilian side, yeah, it's really... Personally, I can always say, first visit here in Vilnius after 2017, I said, wow, that's really a lot of progress everywhere. Skyscrapers, I would say, in some areas. And yeah, I see the progress, definitely.
How do you portray Lithuania to the Germans, to the German soldiers that will come to Lithuania to serve in Lithuania only in the future? How do you present our country?
First of all, I would like to go back a bit to 2017. I remember my former chief of German army. He said, at the end of your 6 months, I would like to that you, my guys, and from the Mechanized Infantry Battalion 122, you are ambassadors for Lithuania when you come back. And this happened back in 2017 with my former battalion. And now we have the 17th rotation of the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group, nowadays the Multinational Battle Group Lithuania. So we have seen 17 times coming back hundreds of German ambassadors for Lithuania into our home country. And we are telling the story. We are needed here in Lithuania. We have a clear mission. That's the defense of Lithuania, shoulder by shoulder with our Lithuanian partners, with our allies from other NATO countries. That's one of the clear messages we are bringing back. Second, we say, you are here, you can have good training possibilities, you can train and you should train. So you come also on the professional side, you're coming better. And third of all, it's worthwhile to be in Lithuania. And I think this is also very important because even the multinational battle group, the Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group, we had also some spare time. Not so much, but we had some spare time. And they went down to Vilnius, to Kaunas, to Klaipėda, to the Kuringa, Nida, Palanga, but also to Nida and so on. And we really saw how beautiful Lithuania is on the one hand, and on the other hand, how really friendly and nice Lithuanian people are. And I think, so we have already a lot of ambassadors, so it's not about me and my team to tell so much. We had already 17 times hundreds of ambassadors for Lithuania coming back to Germany.
Are they convinced, those soldiers in Germany? Do you feel that those ambassadors actually convinces German soldiers? Do you feel that German soldiers want to come to Lithuania?
In general, of course. We had now for last year and this year more than 1,800 volunteers within the German Armed Forces for postings within my brigade, the Panzerbrigade 45. And I think that's already very, very good because we will have roughly 460 to 500 at the end of this year. So we had a lot of guys. We had to tell them, sorry, there's no way for you for this year or next year to come to Lithuania because we are waiting, as you all know, for the provision of the infrastructure. We are very thankful for this to Lithuania to really bring all the other troops, the remaining troops of my brigade into your country. So I think, yes, we were quite successful in general with telling the story about our mission here and what we are going to do here in Lithuania.
You briefly mentioned free time previously. Do you personally have free time? Because there's lots of work to do.
Yeah, for sure. I also have my spare time because I have really a great team with me. So a lot of helping hands who who are supporting me in my leadership function. So I have also a lot of spare time, and I can really go out to Vilnius. And yesterday, we had the Sunday morning was not as beautiful as I hoped for. However, the afternoon was really wonderful, and I had a walk with my partner down at the Neris River. We went to the Three Crosses Hill, a wonderful view on Vilnius. Yes, I have my spare time too.
Good. Are you a big fan of games? I don't know, quizzes by any chance?
I'm not the best guy in quizzes, but let's try.
Let's go. Martinez, would you like to start and briefly introduce what we're going to do here?
Yeah, of course. We're going to ask a question, and we will ask you to pick just one out of two.
Either or.
Either or.
Either or. So you mentioned the language several times, so let's start with the easy one. So you have to choose one: learning Lithuanian grammar or explaining German compound words to the Lithuanians. What's easier? What do you choose?
That's really now hard with either or, right? It's I would say both are very difficult, but I will choose the German one.
All right.
Cepelinai or šaltibarščiai?
I would say it's ruba, baravikus ruba duonos kepale. Sorry, but
that's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
really like it. So that's really my lietuviškai favorite meal.
That's a good one. We should have prepared that. Yo, General Steen, why haven't you told us that? We would have prepared a tasting and everything here on the table. Well, that's fine. Maybe next time. Next time.
First time 2016 during some wackies. I had it in a restaurant down in Kaunas. And since then, I would say this is one of my favorite foods here, definitely.
That's nice. That's nice to hear.
Let's talk about sports a little bit. Football or basketball?
Yeah, it's football, definitely.
But
I have also a question to you.
Oh.
When was it the last time in football Germany and Lithuania played against each other?
You're better at it. You're a sports journalist.
Long time ago.
That's definitely right. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'll guess 2008.
Nope. I would say a bit earlier even. It was during, if I recall it rightly, it was during the European Championship qualification 2002-2003. And even better, I know in basketball you are really very good. However, even during that time, it was not bad for the Lithuanians. I think there was one tie against the Germans, 1-1. The other game you lost 2-0. However, in both matches, even in the 2-0 for Germany,
Right.
a Lithuanian scored the goal, but it was unfortunately their own goal. Yeah, definitely. But it's a long time ago. But football it is for me, definitely.
What is your favorite club?
It's VfB Stuttgart. I'm from the southern part, from Swabia, and so it's VfB Stuttgart. I'm very happy that we are now going to Berlin. There's the cup final. I hope we will win it, definitely. However, in the Bundesliga, in our league, we are not so successful as I would have wished for. Yeah, that is, but it's okay.
One more question about food. Lithuanian Baumkuchen or German Baumkuchen?
I would say we are quite similar, the Baumkuchens, because I think even the Lithuanian Baumkuchen has some German origins,
Right.
if I recall it rightly. Yeah, but I would say I go for Swabian food, so it's not a Baumkuchen for me. If I go for something sweet, it would be something different. We call it Dampfnudeln, but it's really good.
All right. Baltic Sea breeze or Bavarian mountain air?
That's also a tough one because I was living in Bavaria, actually in the mountains. So I was skiing, hiking. I really like it. But in the first week of January, I went also with my partner for holidays to Nida, to the Nida area. We didn't stay there, but we went there for a day trip, and it was really very freezing. There was a Baltic Sea breeze, as you would say. Actually, the wind was blowing like hell, so it was also very good. Yeah, I would say let's take both.
All right.
German Autobahn or Lithuanian countryside roads?
It's the German Autobahn, but only by night.
Why?
If it's free,
Why so?
well, if it's free, when you can drive as fast as you wish for in some areas, not everywhere. But please drive safe. That's also very important.
All right. That was a good game. That was, I think, General passed it. So
Yeah, but nearly. I choose sometimes more than one, right?
yeah. Maybe we would have more question, I know, about football, but we're not very good at it. So I'll maybe skip it this time. Maybe by 2027, our national team will become better. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's skip that.
Do German soldiers visit some football games or basketball games here in Lithuania?
Football games, actually, I'm not aware of yet. However, basketball, definitely, yes. And I was once in KAS 2017, also for one of Salgris matches over there. Yeah, it's just great. The atmosphere over there, I really liked it.
At
However,
Arena, probably, right?
Yeah. However, I have still to go to Vilnius because I learned there are also, I think, 2 teams playing your first league. So I think it's also worthwhile to go there. But unfortunately, I have not managed it yet.
All right. So I think for the very end, we can just clarify again why you're here and what's the main message for the Lithuanian audience. How should they react to the German soldiers when they see them on the streets?
Yeah, first of all, we have really a clear mission, as I said. We are here for the defense of the NATO territory here in Lithuania, and we are really willing and able at the end to defend every inch of NATO territory here in Lithuania. And we are doing this within a German division, and we are doing it shoulder by shoulder with our Lithuanian friends and allies of the Lithuanian Armed Forces, who are doing a great job on a daily basis. We are really very great servicemen and women, and with other allies, US troops, Norwegians, Dutch. We are really a lot of allies here in Lithuania, and we are standing together because we are strong together, stronger together.
And could you also tell us, please, what will change in those upcoming years? Because we already have more than 1,000 German soldiers in Lithuania. What will change after we have 5,000 German soldiers in Lithuania?
I think we all can be a little bit more safe and secure, because we have 5,000 German servicemen, women, German soldiers here with my brigade, and we are not alone. Whereas, as I said, there's also a German division which is allocated for the defense of Lithuania in this region. So we are really more allied troops behind us here at NATO's eastern flank. And I can think this is very reassuring, and we should really look into the future with a very positive way. We are here for the defense, if necessary, of our common values of freedom, liberty. We are here to really do our job. We will fulfill our mission.
I think that's super clear and reassuring. How to say thank you for your service in German? How to say that?
Haben Sie vielen Dank für Ihren Dienst. I would say thank you for your service is good.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you so much, Commander.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you.
Ačiū.
Ačiū labai. Danke. All right.